Tesla just sold 241,300 cars during the last quarter, and it's surprising to see that a company which even industry experts claim to go bankrupt is now selling a lot more vehicles than ever before, especially during a time when General Motors marked a decline in deliveries by 33%. So what's with all these delivery numbers? Are they even significant? Well, let's find out. Hey there, and welcome back to our channel, Space TechZone. But before we begin, consider subscribing to our channel for more content just like this one. And while you're at it, turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any of our future uploads. Drop a like for the video if you're a fan of Elon Musk. With all that done, let's get started. We had analysts predicting that Tesla would be delivering about 220,900 electric vehicles during the third quarter, but it looks like that's not the case, because when Tesla just delivered about 241,300 electric cars during the third quarter of 2021, which is mind-boggling even when considering the fact that we do have an ongoing global chip supply shortage. Tesla was also finding it difficult to source materials for their batteries. Tesla now produces their cars at both the Fremont factory and also its Shanghai factory, and Tesla is also continuing to produce their batteries domestically with Panasonic at their Nevada factory. By the end of September 30th, 2021, Tesla also started shipping lithium iron phosphate batteries from China that'll be used in the entry-level Model 3 vehicles for the customers in the US. Tesla was also forced to shut down some of its operations at its vehicle assembly plant in Shanghai, where the company focuses on building cars for both the Chinese and European markets. Blame it on the global semiconductor shortage that affected every other auto manufacturer as well. We also had several other auto manufacturers shutting down their facilities because of the worldwide chip shortage. Today we know that Tesla sells some of the world's most technologically advanced vehicles, and this means they do need a lot more chips and semiconductors to get things going. Even then, Tesla managed to sell such a record high number of vehicles in the third quarter, which is impressive. According to a recent survey, about 39% of Americans expressed their desire to buy an electric car as their next purchase, and only about 7% of Americans said that they already purchased a pure battery electric or hybrid electric vehicle. This means that Tesla was successful in convincing a lot of people to switch to electric cars, all thanks to Tesla's effort to improve their range per charge and also their huge supercharger network that helped people get rid of their range anxiety issues, and electric cars are a lot more practical now than ever before. You also will be able to make really long trips with Tesla. Now the charging times have also significantly reduced over the years, which is a piece of positive news for electric vehicle users, because this is why a lot more people did not want to switch to an electric vehicle. President Joe Biden also set a voluntary target for half of all new vehicle sales in the US to be electric models by 2030. This means that it could be all kinds of electric vehicles like battery electrics, plug-in hybrids, and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. This move of the Biden administration is to reduce US emissions by half by 2030. Tesla is also looking forward to expanding globally with their Giga Berlin and Giga Texas project, which is very welcoming news because Tesla will now be able to cater to a lot more electric vehicle fans across the world. And this is just the first few steps for global expansion as far as Tesla is concerned. When you look at the third quarter deliveries, you see that Tesla has sold many more Model 3s and Model Ys than Model S and Model Xs. In the third quarter alone, Tesla produced about 237,823 cars, and Tesla delivered 241,300 cars. This figure is much more than the last quarter. Suppose Tesla is keeping up with such a pace with their deliveries, with such high numbers. In that case, we're looking at Tesla delivering about 1 million cars a year. This is huge for a company that recently showed up in the automotive space, and that too with a very new class of vehicles that are fundamentally different from the existing cars out there. The reason for Tesla selling a lot more Model 3s and Model Ys is that both of them are comparatively affordable models, unlike the Model X or the Model S. The Model Y is a much more practical vehicle than the Model 3. The crossover SUV segment is right now selling really well for every brand out there globally. The same is the case with Tesla because the Model Y happens to be the only excellent electric vehicle option in that segment without significant competitors. You also need to consider that all of these sales numbers are coming from the existing factories of Tesla, and we still have 2 more factories coming up both in Berlin and Texas. So once the factories are operational, you could expect a lot more Teslas to be sold, which is very exciting news for those EV fans out there. Tesla's revenue also grew about 98% in the second quarter, mainly due to substantial growth in vehicle deliveries, as well as growth in other parts of Tesla's business. That trend might be carried over to the third quarter as well. Right now, it looks like this has to be the craziest quarter for Tesla as far as deliveries are concerned, despite so many production issues due to supply chain issues that led to Tesla delaying deliveries. In China, rising exports to Europe and introducing a more affordable Model Y helped Tesla boost its sales. General Motors, Honda, and some other legacy auto manufacturers posted declines in U.S. sales in the third quarter because of the global chip shortage. To put things into perspective, General Motors' third quarter U.S. sales fell nearly 33% to their lowest level in more than a decade. So you know how the global chip shortage is really affecting the automotive industry. It is fair to say that Tesla has dealt with the chip crisis better than its rivals, so much so that the overall deliveries surged by 20% in the July to September period, when you compare its previous record in the second quarter, and this marks the sixth consecutive quarter that is profitable. Total production for Tesla in the third quarter also rose over 15% from the previous quarter. Tesla is unstoppable, and it still remains the industry leader and the benchmark when it comes to making electric vehicles, and no other legacy manufacturers were successful in creating a very practical and compelling electric vehicle, despite all the resources that they have. Tesla's had a very good start in the EV segment, and it looks like it'll be very difficult for anybody else to pass them anytime soon. Tesla was also successful in creating a cult following for their vehicles, and that is also one area where the legacy auto manufacturers fail miserably. So you could say that even legacy auto manufacturers are struggling to replicate the success of Tesla. With the new gigafactories both in Berlin and Texas, you could expect Tesla to sell a lot more vehicles. And Tesla selling a lot more vehicles is actually a very important thing, even for the existing Tesla users, because this means that we'll have a lot more superchargers to cater to the ever-growing user base of Tesla. Soon, superchargers will be as common as gas stations, and might even completely replace gas stations once and for all. With Tesla making a lot more profits, you could expect Tesla to make a lot more affordable electric cars, especially at the price range of $25,000. And Elon Musk even expressed his desire to make one, considering the fact that electric vehicles right now are really expensive. And even the base model of the Model 3 costs about $40,000, which makes it extremely inaccessible to a lot of people. This completely goes against Tesla's goal of accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. So if that goal needs to be fulfilled, Tesla needs to produce a mass-market vehicle that will sell even more than the Model Y and the Model 3. This means that Tesla will be able to generate a lot more revenue, and Tesla will be able to improve its market share once again. Tesla will retain its position as the world's #1 electric vehicle manufacturer. Tesla is also changing things up with their production line to make the production of cars a lot easier at the same time, being a lot more cost-effective and thereby reaching economies of scale. The very recently announced GigaPress, which happens to be a large die-casting machine that'll be used to cast the rear and front underbody of the Tesla Model Y, is a perfect example of this, as the casting machine will replace about 70 individual parts, and these 70 individual parts will now be a single piece. This means that Tesla does not have to deal with a lot more processes in the assembly line that involves welding, riveting, and much more. The overall structure of the car will also improve in strength, and it'll be slightly lighter in weight as well. Tesla might even partner up with companies like Toyota to help build their own affordable electric vehicles, and there are so many rumors surrounding it as well. Let's hope that it happens very soon, and if that happens, then Tesla's sales figures will just go a lot higher. With that, we've come to the end of our video. What do you think about Tesla's Q3 reports? Do you think the number of deliveries during the third quarter for Tesla would have been a lot more if we didn't have the global chip shortage? Do let us know in the comments section below, because we'd love to hear from you all. Consider subscribing to our channel for more content just like this one. And while you're at it, turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any of our future uploads. Drop a like for the video if you're a huge fan of what Tesla is doing in the automotive industry. That's about it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll meet again in the next one.